welcome to another Tabletop Games blog review. Today we're looking at Mint in Pirates by subQuark, which is a card game, a set collection game, bit of dice rolling, all about pirates and their fights. It's a two-only player game, lasts about 5 to 15 minutes, very light, so I'd say complexity 1 out of 5. It says ages 10 or above, but again it depends really. It can probably start ages 8 or higher. As you can probably tell by now, I love Mint in games, and there's quite a few reviews on my blog. Check out the links in the description below. And again, all the games in the subQuark series are amazing. Kate Beckett and David Miller always put lots of effort and love into all these games, and you can really tell. And of course, Mint in Pirates is no exception to this. Like all these Mint in games, they are very small. The tin is very easy to take with you, doesn't take much room, and it takes not much room on the table either. It is very easy to learn, very quick to play, and a lot of fun. So you definitely could take this with you and play it virtually anywhere. So as I said, the game is a mix of set collection and dice rolling. And basically what you have in your game, you have a hand of cards, and you can discard and draw cards to create pairs. So for example, I have a hand of 5 cards. I already have some pairs in my hand, but I could discard up to 2 cards and draw my hand size back again. And then I choose one of these pairs and play them down. Most of these cards basically just attack the opponent and remove one of their pirates from their ship, which then the pirate basically lands in the sea, floating around and hoping for rescue. You carry on doing this. The other thing is you can also attack the ship. So the cannons, for example, if you play a pair of cannons, you don't just get rid of a pirate and the opponent, but you can actually deal damage. And once a ship has been dealt full damage, it sinks and the game is over. And you can also play cards that actually allow you to retrieve some of these pirates at sea. So if you have a matching pair of these cards, you actually take all the pirates from the ocean and put them on your ship. And it doesn't matter whether these were actually your own pirates or your opponent's pirates, and you bring up your crew and make it bigger and bigger. Similarly, you have a card that actually allows you to sort of recruit a pirate from your opponent's ship and move it straight onto your ship. And as I say, you carry on playing like this, but there is a twist. As you get your matching pairs and play them, you'll find that there is a set of numbers on these cards. And what you do, you have to roll your pair of dice, add the numbers together, and the total amount, if that is a number that appears on that card, you can actually do the action. If not, then you've just sort of wasted your go and you discard those cards and nothing happens. So you can see there's a mix of, some things are easier to do, some things are harder. So you can see, for example, that some of these attack cards are quite hard to achieve. There's only like certain numbers that appear in there. Others, like the cannon, for example, is actually relatively easy to achieve. And there's a threat of sinking your opponent's ship. As I say, the game carries on like this until eventually either you've dealt 4 cannon damage to your opponent, or you've removed all the pirates from your opponent's ship. However, there is actually a little bonus. So once you lose all your pirates, you get the ghost meeple, and your ship becomes a ghost ship. Now your hand size is reduced at this point, so it's a lot harder to create your pairs, but at least you're still in the game and you can carry on, and you can even recruit some of the pirates back onto your ship and hopefully win the game. So as you can tell there, there's not much to it. There's a couple more rules that I haven't mentioned yet, but in principle it's very straightforward, and even though it is so simple, it actually creates a lot of excitement, a lot of fun. You're trying to draw your cards, you get your matching pairs, you play them, but even then it's not guaranteed that you're actually able to, say, attack your opponent. You still have to roll the dice. So there's lots of randomness that creates lots of fun. And you think you're in the lead and you draw the most amazing cards and you play the pairs, and the dice just aren't in your favour and you can still lose the game. So yeah, it is great fun and definitely worth something that I think you should look into. a very quick game to play. And as always with subQuark's games, the components are really good quality. The cards are obviously quite small, but the good cardstock, very thick, nicely finished, do feel nice in your hand. The wooden components, the meeples, again are small to make sure they fit in the tin, which is obviously important. And the wooden cubes, again, they feel nice and they are detailed and they work really well. They create a lovely table presence with the little pirate ships and your meeples on there. So definitely something that I'd say you should look at and investigate further. So as you can see, yes, Min Tin Pirates, yet again a great game by subQuark. Really enjoyed playing that. It's something that I'll have with me, definitely, when we go out and about, and maybe when we're sitting in a pub or cafe or restaurant or something waiting for food. This is the sort of game you can play, you can set up very quickly and enjoy playing in a very short amount of time. As I say, again, take it with you anywhere. Have a look yourself though, just to make sure it is for you. You might not enjoy these sort of games, but it is definitely very light and very quick. And a great gateway game as well, so given that it's so easy to explain and so quick to play, it's an ideal game for someone who might not have experience with those modern tabletop games that we have these days. One last thing I have to say though, this game was sent to me by David Miller and Kate Beckett for free, so even though it hasn't influenced my view of the game and my enjoyment of it, and I don't think this review is therefore sponsored, but I thought I'd mention it so you can make up your own mind and decide whether there's any influence on that side. So this was another Tabletop Gamers blog review of Min Tin Pirates by subQuark. As always, if you enjoyed this review, please like, subscribe and comment below, and check out the links to my Ko-fi Patreon pages if you enjoyed this. Think about supporting me, links in the description below. And that is really all. Thanks again for joining me for another review, and I hope we'll see you again soon.